All right, so let's talk about the assignment for the rabatment. You're going to create the same format we did for division of thirds, 2 rectangles, 6 by 9, and you're going to divide them according to rabatment, and it's going to be exactly the same as our viewfinder, okay? So you can see how I can lay one on top of the other and it aligns, all right? The only difference is, since rabatment is not symmetrical, with the diagonals, we're going to form 2 slightly different compositions, all right? So in the top rectangle, it's going to start with my upper left corner, my diagonals, and in my lower rectangles, it's going to start with my upper right-hand corner, okay? And the way we're going to manipulate our viewfinder is I'm going to use it this way for my upper, and then I'm going to rotate it and flip it and use it this way for my lower rectangle, okay? So same viewfinder, I'm just manipulating it so that I can use it in 2 different ways, all right? Rather than making 2 different viewfinders. Okay, so let's talk about our composition. So I'm going to set up my objects again. I'm going to move them around. They can be the same objects, but not in the same position. And what I'm looking for is a dynamic sense of the diagonals. All right. So again, remember, we hold it with our arm rigid, and we look through one eye, okay, at our composition. And what I've done is I've stacked up my 2 tall bottles so that each one touches a different diagonal and falls behind my vertical, okay? And these diagonals carry down to my pumpkin, which is going to be in this section. All right, so let me quickly sketch what I see so you can see what I'm doing, okay? Okay, so what I've done is I've stacked up the bottles. The olive oil bottle is running along this vertical. All right, the top of it is running along this diagonal here. And then my white jug touches upon the next diagonal, which cuts through the entire rectangle, okay? My pumpkin aligns with this vertical, all right, and touches this diagonal here, all right? Now you can see how crude my sketches are, right? I'm just sort of blocking stuff in, and then I would go in later and manipulate my drawing, okay? And then my shell falls in this area above this diagonal, and then my nuts in this area, okay? All right. Now I could manipulate it further, or I could change my position of things. These bottles could go here, but then they would appear closer to me if they only reached up to this diagonal. So try to compose in the beginning about thinking about the height of your objects and how you can create a sense of drama, the tall versus the small, in the composition. And then try different organization in your lower rectangle. By again, you're going to flip it over and you're going to rotate it so that your diagonals are coming from your upper right-hand corner.